Hi guys, it's Liz with 143 Handmade, and today I am going to make some tags for some handmade tags for Christmas presents, and for the to from type tags, not the tags that we stick in our journals all the time, although it's the same basic concept. But so I have all of this fabric, and these were just little pieces that I've sewn together, and as you can see, I have this whole bucket full of fabric, Christmassy fabrics, and I make stockings and all kinds of things. And so I'll take the little bits and sew them together and sew them together and sew them together until I get, you know, these scrappy, bits of fabric for all kinds, and you can use it for all kinds of different things. This is just what I'm doing today. So, sorry about that. I saw Sherry over at Turquoise Dreaming. She was doing a similar thing with quilted fabric. This is not actually quilted. There's no batting or anything, but I thought it would still, you know, same concept, but thought it would be fun. You see somebody doing something and it inspires you. You gotta just jump on it while the inspiration's there. And so all I'm doing is just taking my bits of fabric here and gluing them down. And it doesn't matter that I glued extra or whatever, because I'm just going to glue it down, and then I'm going to do crazy sewing all over the top of it to sew them together. I don't know. I have lots of different ideas here, so I'm just kind of going to glue them down and you know, see where it takes me. How Sherry did it was that she had her tag shapes already cut out, which that might have been a better way to go. But this is the way I'm doing it. We'll get there. We'll get something made. Let's see. And, you know, some of these are tall and skinny, some of them are short and fat. It really doesn't matter, you know, because different tags on different size packages, you know, that works. I absolutely love these sparkly fabrics, and I couldn't bear to throw any of it away. And so I have all these little teeny tiny pieces incorporated into various things. And, you know, being a creatively minded person has its drawbacks, doesn't it? Like, because you see potential in everything, and then you end up saving everything, and, you know, it can turn into a hoarding situation very quickly without you meaning to. Okay, I think I need to add a little bit more glue just right along these edges here. So that's awfully, yeah, that one will be fine, I think. Let's see. Here we go. I have another one that I think will fit right here. So I've been watching these, you know, videos on, you know, how to make a better YouTube channel and stuff like that. And it says, you know, basically one of the ones that I just watched said, talk faster. You know, I can't talk faster. If I talk faster, you won't be able to understand me. You know, get rid of the dead space. You know, it's funny because I've been watching these videos since I started making a YouTube channel, and some of them have really good advice, and then others, it's just like, I guess it's good advice for certain channels, probably, but it's not blanket good advice for just every channel. Because, like, just like with everything else in life, it really just depends on your taste and you, and you know, what works for you, because we're each unique, you know. Yeah, and see, like that dead space there, according to this guy that I watched this morning, like, that's terrible. There should be no quiet time. I don't think that's true for us crafters. You know, I think we all like, you know, we all understand that, you know, sometimes when you're crafting, you gotta take a second to concentrate. Okay, let's get this big one on here. Figure out where it's gonna land before my glue drips. So that way I know how long to glue and about how wide. And I know I'm going to sew on these some. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the crazy sewing, because that does leave the stitches on the other side. But since all I'm going to be doing with these is writing to from, it's not like a journaling space where I want to be able to write lots. I think I might go ahead and do that still. And that way the... Uh-oh, you can see that through there. So, real quick, before that adheres too much, I'm going to take this piece of paper, tear it down, and pull this fabric back. Careful, careful, because it's all gluey. And I'm just going to stick this on. And then add some glue on top. And that way that just goes away. Oh, I forgot to put my glue upside down. You know, this Fabrifix is awesome stuff, but like it does, there's like tricks to using it effectively. And one of the things is that once it gets about halfway, you really need to keep it upside down while you're working to be able to continue to use it effectively. Otherwise, you're gonna wait forever for it to come on through, or come on, you know, come on out. Let's see. This one's just a little too wide. So, and I don't have any more that's ironed, I don't think. Let's see, let me dig through here just a little bit. Yeah, these strips, everything in here, pretty much everything's all wrinkly and yeah, so we'll stop it there. Yep, and I mean, I want to let these dry before I take them to my sewing machine. Hang on just a second, my husband's asking me a quick question. Okay, I am back, and so, my dog's got a paper bag over there that she's playing with, but that's good, because then she's not, you know, playing with stuff she's not supposed to. We leave paper bags out for them, for the cats and the dogs to play with after we go to the grocery store. Makes things a little messy sometimes, but you know, it gives them something they can just walk out and chew on, you know, or grab at or whatever, and it's that they're not going to get in trouble for. So there we go. There's one. Oh, I don't like that edge. For this, sometimes I really like that torn edge. This time I don't. Cut that was super wonky. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's a Christmas tag. It's not, you know, not sewing it to anything, so it doesn't need to have a super perfect straight edge. But so I've got almost everything ready for my Thanksgiving dinner on Saturday. Tomorrow we're gonna go to my brother's house. It's their first Thanksgiving in their brand new house that they just built. I mean, they had it built, but still, it's awesome. And so I think it's gonna be a pretty large gathering. I'm not sure. She has my sister-in-law. She has a lot of family in the area that I really haven't even met yet, because they just moved here to Oklahoma and they were living in an apartment. And so they didn't really have, you know, big gatherings for last year while they were getting their house together. But now they have the house, and so they're going to be doing lots of entertaining. So I'll be able to meet her family. So that'll be good. But they do, they live a little over an hour away. So, I mean, they're a lot closer than California, which is where they used to live. But, so I'm here in Oklahoma. Or we're here in Oklahoma now, but... so that's what we're doing tomorrow. And then, but I'm gonna, you know, I can't not cook Thanksgiving dinner, right? Like I can't. I have to cook it. Whether I host it or not, I have to cook it. So, and my son and my oldest son lives a little bit further north than they do, so it's even a little bit further away. But he's gonna come down with his girlfriend. I don't know, they live together. I don't know exactly what they call each other. He just says my bae, my girl, my, you know, so I'm not sure. my daughter-in-love, I guess, because she's, you know, they are very much in love and they are great together, and so, but they're coming down on Saturday to have our Thanksgiving dinner here. Because they're doing something else tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, but something with her family. Or possibly her kids' dad. I'm not sure which. But, you know, they couldn't make it down for Thanksgiving itself because the kids, you know, they have their own traditions, and that's great. And this is their first Thanksgiving together, so Joe's trying to, my son's trying to, you know, balance everything. So I thought I would just make it easier and do our dinner on the Saturday after, so that way nobody had to choose. So that's what we're doing. Oh, I just had an idea on this one. I think I'm going to cut it down and make little tags out of this guy. Yeah, because the to froms, you know, honestly, a lot of times for just the stuff in the household, we just write the person that it's going to. We don't even write, you know, like from or anything. Because everybody knows it's from us. you know who it's from. But yeah, I think I like that on that one. And then I'll still run it in under the sewing machine, you know, around the edges. I think I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just cut it down. Although this guy, he just looks so cute, so big like that, because I don't think I could cut it effectively without... Yeah, it'll just look weird if I cut it down. So, but I think I am going to go ahead and cut in the tag shapes. You know, and I don't worry about it. I mean, it's all, you know, super wonky and askew. I like it. I like it that way. I like this, actually, this edge being all ruffly and everything. I've been trimming it off on the others, but I like it on this one. Isn't that weird how we do that? Let's see, what about this guy? Let's see, I think I can make a skinnier tag out of that bit, and then I'll leave this bit just as one solid piece. Yeah. And cut my tag bits out of up here. Let's see, so, curious, how much of your Christmas stuff are you making? How much of it are you buying? You know, I'm curious about that every year when I talk to other crafters. I try and make as much as possible, but you know, you can't. I just, you know, I don't have the time to, and I'm not organized enough to make for everybody. But I like to make as much as I can. But you know. So how much of, like, you know, percentage-wise, just, you know, roughly, how much of your gift giving is handmade? You know, 100%, 75%, half of it, 50%. You know, I don't know. Just curious. But let's see. That one's cut. That's garbage. On this one, I'm going to cut this way. And let's see, do I want to cut this one down or just leave it big? I think I'm just going to leave this one big. I'll just cut. It's just a string under there, it'll be fine. Cut like that. My corners over that way. Let's see. This guy like so. Yep. And then I've got this big guy to cut out. And first I'm just going to cut, you know, around the outside edge, and then I'll decide how I'm actually going to cut it and use it for tags. Let's see. I'm going to start over here. Well, first by getting the glue off my scissors. And just do one like that. And then, let's One like that. A big one. Yeah, that's cute. Let's see, gotta trim this edge up. That one didn't. Oh, I could have just covered it with lace, huh? Yeah, it's funny, like sometimes after you make the cut, you're like, oh, I could have fixed it that way. But yeah, that's super cute. And then I think in between these two guys right here. And then obviously this is the top, so that Santa's right side up. I think I'm actually going to cut it down to just that Santa. And then I think I'm just going to throw that piece. And let's see. Do we want to do the same thing? Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same thing on this guy. Let's just cut off this extra bits, you know, with the extra partial Santas. That's a funny shaped tag, isn't it? Yeah, I was wanting to save that snowflake, but it just isn't. It doesn't look right. So there we go. I think actually maybe even there we go. Now that looks like a cute little tag, and then I'll just, you know, zip around the outside of these real quick. Okay, so we're gonna give this a shot. I haven't actually sewn on camera before, so we'll see how well this works. So I have white thread in the top and green thread in the bottom, in the bobbin. And I've opened the stitch up so that way it's longer, so it will pierce the paper less, perforate the paper less. And I don't sew with a foot pedal. I sew using strictly the buttons up here, simply because of all the animals that we have, that I have running around. I've always been afraid of one of the dogs coming up and pushing down on the pedal while I'm sewing. And so I just learned to sew this way, and it works for me. You know, I know it doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me. And you know, that's the whole thing about crafting, is you got to find what works for you. And I mean, all these YouTube videos are great for inspiration, and they're great for, you know, helping you figure out things that you're not sure how to do. Oops. That wasn't right. So we'll just lift up that needle. We'll come back to where we're supposed to be. And I'll have a little odd stitch in there. That's okay. But you know, that's what crafting's all about, is you know, just finding a way to do something that works for you. Hi guys. Okay, so I'm back, and I've sewn around all of them. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of varying sizes. Gift tags, and it was just a little bit of scrap fabric that I wasn't even sure what I was going to do with. Because as pretty as this fabric is, it doesn't hold up to washing real well. So, as I learned after putting it into a quilt for my son, and it just kind of fell apart. So, but you know, here we go. And I'm going to have a few that have a little, you know, wrinkle in it or whatever, but so what? It's just a little to from tag, you know? And then, let's see, now I need to punch my holes. I've got this set on the biggest hole punch, and I could probably do more than one at a time, but, you know, and it leaves a little bit of a hairy, you know, because it's going through the fabric, but I don't mind that. I think it actually just adds to the homemade feel, and I might go ahead and put grommets on some of them. Oh, I had to use 2 hands on that one because it went through the denim. But there we go. But yeah, you can see how you can do that. And then let's see, let's go ahead and throw a grommet on that one, just so y'all can see what it looks like. Let's go ahead and go with this shiny one here. And move that over. Line that up and squash. And so there we go. Look at how cute that is. You know, I might make a bunch of these and put them for sale on my Etsy shop. I don't know, let me know if you think that's a good idea. Let me know if you think those would sell well. Even if it's not something you would purchase, if you're an experienced Etsy seller and you think those would sell well, please let me know. So, I think I need to squash that a little more, but you know, you can always go in and do the re-squash. As I call it. Yeah, that's sitting a lot better. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and grommet all of these. That looks really good. And I've got all these grommets of different colors that I've been trying to use up. So this gives me a good purpose for them. Really squash that down in there. Yeah, that one did really good. I think I'm gonna have to get some, if I'm gonna do this again next year, I think I'll get some red and green grommets instead of just these neutral colors. Because I mean, these neutral colors are fine. They look fine, but no, I don't like that one. Let's see. Let's go with one of the shinies. Yeah. But I think some red and green ones would look super cute. No, it jumped out of the hole. Scoot that out of the way. There we go. Sometimes I gotta tip it up on its side to get it all lined up right. You know, do what you gotta do. Get it in there. You know, and if it's just not quite flat enough for you, you can either re-squash it, or you can, honestly, I have a little hammer that I will occasionally just kind of tap down on those with. I'm not gonna do that on camera though. Because it always sets my dogs off. My dogs bark every single time I use a hammer for anything. So, now we're going to move all of this off of here. And here we go, yeah. And let's see, what am I going to use as my stringy thingies? I had some white eyelash yarn, and that would be, you know, perfect. But can I find it right this second? No, of course not. But I think that is, in fact, what I'm going to use, is the white eyelash yarn. I will just wait until I can find it. Because I completely rearranged this room last night. I'll give you guys another studio tour when I'm done. And so now I'm having a hard time finding stuff. Let's see, this is black, but I'll go ahead and cut a hunk of that off. And see what I think about that. I think it'll be too big on the smaller ones, but let's see, let's try it on this guy. See if we can finagle it through there. Yeah. And then just bring it up and tie it in a knot. Right out here at the end. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks cute. It's not the white eyelash yarn that I was thinking of, but still cute. Ooh, I have this too. Same stuff basically, only silver. So I'm gonna cut a chunk of that off, because this is some of that yarn that to make those what they call the sachet scarves out of. And I did do some of those, but I ended up with a lot of it. And then my cats got a hold of it, and so it's really not in good enough condition anymore to crochet it with it and all that. I had to cut out certain chunks and just throw away some of the chunks, but let's see, I think I'm gonna cut it in half and let it be a little bit more raggedy and not so bulky. But so yeah, that's what a lot of this is it's leftovers from a cat play session when they managed to open one of my drawers. So there we go, fade that through there. No, I don't like it on that one. On this one, there we go. Can I get it through there? Might have to get out the needle threader or pokey tool. Nope. Okay, there we go. And again, just pull it up here. Tie it in a knot. Sorry, I keep coming towards myself. Not staying in frame very well today. But that's all there is to it. And now I've got a bunch of, you know, handmade tags. So thank you so much for joining me today. And don't forget to like and subscribe.